Hey guys, Ray Bashir here with Blue Shield Tactical Systems. I'm here with my friend Albert. Today we're going to be talking about the leg triangle. I really don't think that you should be teaching it in your basic program. In other words, if you're only getting 4 to 16 hours a year to train these officers who are not going and training on their own, the leg triangle comes with a lot of dangers. Plus, it's kind of complicated for a new person to pick up in a 4 to 16 hour training period and be able to use it effectively out on the street. The other reason being is if they pick you up to slam you. You know, I outweigh Albert, but he could still probably pick me up in the right situation, especially with the adrenaline going, and slamming me. He's lighter than me. I could pick him up and slam him on the concrete and knock him unconscious. So that's another reason why we don't want to, put ourselves in that position. But let's look at the basic setups. If you're training on a regular basis, or your program has developed enough that you've gone through a lot of things and now you're moving on to the triangle, then let's look at some of the setups. If he's posturing up here, I want to be able to control his posture and be able to set up the triangle. So one of the basic setups for the triangle is this. I grab the wrist, try to control the wrist, and I'm going to shoot this in and lock it up. Notice my hips came up and I bit with my legs. My hips are up off the ground. That's when I would pull it across, control. Here's the other thing, guys. Notice a lot of people here go to the ankle and they put a foot on the hip and they try to create this angle, right? And lock it up. I'm not going to go to the ankle. So when I get here, I'm going to go right here to the shin. Notice that the arm is going to be right here by his head. I'm going to pull his head in at the same time. I'm not going to go right here to the ankle just because this is a lot looser. If I go right here by the head, it pulls the head in. And now I'll lock it up. Come here and pull into the head, and we're there. Okay? So again, what is that setup? The basic one is here. I'm just going to push in the wrist. As I do, I'm pulling here. As I'm pushing and pulling, I'm going to shoot my hips up, lock it in. Notice that I don't have the shin yet, so I'm going to pull the arm across, control the head, grab the shin. Okay? It's always important to control the head as well, because if he's here and he's trying to posture up, this will keep him from posturing up. I can come across here as well, control with both hands, this kind of situation. Grab the shin right by the head, put my foot on the hip, create this angle, and lock it in place. Pull down the head and get it. Now you'll notice, what did he started to do? He started to come up to his feet and drive in with his shoulder. A lot of big guys will do this to you, especially the smaller guys. We sit in the gym all the time. It happens to all of us. So we're here. I'm going to push and pull, lock it up, lock my legs, throw the arm across. Guys, understand, sometimes you will not be able to just throw it. Yeah, you won't be able to just throw the arm across. So I may just have to control the head here. Get to here. And lock it up. Now notice, I may not have it locked up yet, and he starts to stack here. I'm still going to control here at the shin, but watch what I'm going to do with my foot. Put my foot on the hip, and now I'm going to walk my hips towards my head. I'm not going to make the turn here because he'll put all his pressure, especially if he's a lot bigger than me. He'll put all his pressure and he'll scrunch me. Go ahead and push down. He'll do this. Yeah, and this makes it difficult for me. Makes it hard to talk, it's hard to breathe. Let's come back. So we're here. As he's coming up to do that, look, my foot goes to the hip, come up and stack. Now I'm going to start to walk. Notice how I'm pulling straight, and now I've locked it up. Now that makes it very tight. I'm going to have to loosen it up some. Very tight, and it's hard for him to continue to stack because my foot, and I walk my hips back towards my head. Now I can pull it across, lock it into place, and here. Now, of course, we're not going to go into the other setups, guys, but there's a lot. There's your wrist lock, your shoulder lock, lots of options from there for you, okay? Okay, again. So here's the basic setup, right? Push, pull. As I do this, shoot the legs up and lock my legs into place. Now, I'm controlling the head. Here, controlling the shin. Put the foot on the hip. Walk it over. Lock it in. If the arm does tuck, and I know a lot of us deal with this, right? Where the arm is tucked, and he makes the grip back here. That's always tough too, right? Because it's hard for me to, and it may be a big bite. Notice that I don't have the shin yet. I just got my feet locked. I'm going to take, watch, fist. Lift him up right there to the throat, pull down, and get the position. So notice what I'm doing is I'm replacing his shoulder with my fist. So I'll come right here, right into that part of his neck, grab the head, pull in. and he can feel it immediately, right? And then of course, yes, you can do a tactic more. So there's a lot of things you can do from there. Let's look at another setup for it. So we're here, overhooking. Now he's going to start trying to punch with the other hand. I'll lock it into place, slide to the wrist, push, lock it up. So again, I control the posture. Notice I'm overhooking the arm. He starts trying to punch. I block. Shin goes in to the portion of the arm here at the elbow. Now I can control it from here. This makes it difficult for him to get out. And now shove it through. Lock up, and we're in that same position again, right? That's a good setup as well for it. Lots of options from there. So you down for me, please. Slide this way. Thank you. So we're here. Again, now watch, he's going to push and pull. So let's go back. Push and pull. So he's going to push and pull the wrist. So push and pull the wrist. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, yes. And he locks it up. Now, what he's going to do is control that head, right? Here. As he starts to reach and grab that shin. There. This is tight. Now notice the shin, grab it right up here on the top of the shin, by the head. Beautiful. That's much more tighter. Now his foot is on my hips, creating that ankle. And now he's going to lock up his leg. Here is really good, guys. So if I tuck the arm, there, now he can put that fist into the neck. He's going to lift his hips up, right in, and now he's going to watch it. And that works really well, okay? Lots of options from there. He can pull down the head from here, and most of the time get it as well. And that works too. But remember, lots of dangers from there. You know, being picked up, slam. If they try to slam you, they try to pick you up and slam you, go under the leg. Under the leg on that side, it'll shut that slam down a lot of times. But the other option, guys, is let go. Let go, feet on the hips, shove them back off of you. If they're starting to pick you up, let go, put your feet on the hips and shove back. Start to kick so you can get back to your feet, right? Especially for law enforcement. The reason I'm showing this, guys, is, and of course there's a lot of details to the triangle, is so that you can pick up some of those details, some of those options maybe you may not be thinking about from there, and work with those. So guys, log on to blueshieldtactical.com if you have any questions, and we'll see you in class. Have a good day.